So we'll be starting with question 1. Look at the diagram. The part labeled 2 is the A nucleus, B eye spot, C basal granule, D contractile vacuole. So look at this diagram. This diagram is called euglena. So let's label this part. This part is the flagella. It aids movement in euglena. The first part is called the gullet. The second part here is called the contractile vacuole. The third part here is called the star-shaped chloroplast. While the fourth one here is called the nucleus. So the part labeled 2 is the contractile vacuole. Contractile vacuole is the appropriate answer. So what's the function of contractile vacuole? Contractile vacuole regulates in euglena. It serves as osmoregulation. So for gullet is the passage in which food pass into the euglena. As you can see, it is a passage. It serves as a passage. For star-shaped chloroplast, we'll get there now. And for nucleus is the control center of the cell. It controls all activities going on in the cell. Question 2. The part responsible for photosynthesis is labeled A-III, B-IV, C-I, D-II. So the part responsible for photosynthesis is labeled as star-shaped chloroplast. Chloroplast is responsible for photosynthesis. So let's move to the next question. Question 3. What is the function of trichocytes in paramecium? A. Movement, B. Defense, C. Excretion, D. Reproduction. So trichocytes serve as defense in paramecium. It serves as defense in paramecium. Question 4. Which of the following is the lowest category of classification? A. Class, B. Species, C. Family, D. Genus. So how do we know the lowest? Let's start from listing out the hierarchy of classification. We have kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So this is the highest. The highest is the kingdom, while the lowest is the species. So the lowest category of classification is species, while the highest is kingdom. So if we check our option, you can find species in option B, which is the correct answer. Question 5. In man, the ability to roll the tongue is a variation classified as A. Anatomical, B. Physiological, C. Structural, D. Morphological. So the ability to roll tongue is physiological. Ability to roll tongue is physiological, and ability to taste carbide is also physiological. So we have two types of variation: physiological variation and morphological variation. So morphological variation is the variation in which we can see is deal with structure like color, size, fingerprint. So those are examples of fingerprint. So those are examples of morphological variation. So the correct answer here is physiological variation is the ability to roll the tongue. Question 6. If a man with blood group AB marries a woman with the same blood group, which of the following blood groups can their children possess? A, O and AB, B, A, B and AB, C, B, O and AB, D, A, B and O. So let's write out, if a man with blood group AB marries a woman with blood group AB. So let's pair it. I have AA, AB, AB, BB. You have AA, AB, AB and BB. So which of the following blood group can their children possess? Here is it. So you have A, their children can possess A, B and AB and AB. So if you check our option, you can find A, B and AB in option B, which is the appropriate answer. Question 7. A woman with the ability to roll her tongue, TT, marries a man who cannot roll his tongue, small letter TT. What is the probability of each of their children being a tongue roller? So this capital letter T means dominant. It means dominant, while the small letter T means recessive. It means recessive trait, while the capital letter T means dominant trait. So what is the probability of their children being a tongue roller? So let's pair them. Let's pair it. We have TT so as you can see now, 1, 2, 3, 4. This 1, 2 means the ability to roll tongue. The ability to roll tongue. So we have 2. We have 2. What is the probability of each of their children being a tongue roller? We have 2 here being a tongue roller. All over 1, 2, 3, 4. Multiply by 100. This is how you solve question like this. So 2 divided by 2, 1. 2 divided by 4 is 2. So 2 divided by 100 will give us 50%. So the probability of each of their children being a tongue roller is 50%. And if we check our option, we can find that in option C, which is the appropriate answer. Let's move to the next question. Question 8. Yellowing of leaves is a symptom associated with deficiency of A, iron, calcium and magnesium, B, nitrogen, sulfur and potassium, C, sulfur, phosphorus and iron, D, magnesium, nitrogen and iron. So how do we answer this kind of question? Let's move to the deficiency symptoms in plant. So these are the deficiency symptoms in plant. So if you are interested in joining my ongoing tutorial, just share this number right here to join the tutorial. So it's very affordable to join. So these are the deficiency symptoms in plants. We have nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, iron and potassium. So nitrogen, the deficiency of nitrogen is yellowing of leaves, stunted growth. So what's deficiency? Deficiency means lack of that particular thing. So lack of nitrogen, once there is lack of nitrogen in plant, it's yellowing of leaves occur, stunted growth occur. So for sulfur, yellowing of leaves, slender stem. So that is what happens when there is low or lack of sulfur. When there is low or lack of calcium, we have weak, stunted growth. We also have poor root development. So when there is low or lack of phosphorus in plant, we have poor weedy growth, purplish or reddish leaves, mottling of lower leaves. When there is low or lack of magnesium, we have poor growth, yellowing of leaves. And when there is low or lack of iron in plant, we also have poor growth and yellowing of leaves. It's just the same as magnesium. And where there is low or lack of potassium, we have very poor growth, orange or brown leaves. So back here, yellowing of leaves is a symptom associated with deficiency of iron, calcium and magnesium. For iron, yellowing of leaf occur. For calcium, no, yellowing of leaf does not occur. And for magnesium, yellowing of leaves occur. So option A is wrong. For option B, nitrogen, sulfur and potassium. For nitrogen, yellowing of leaves occur. When there is lack of nitrogen, yellowing of leaves occur. For sulfur, yellowing of leaf occur. But for potassium, yellowing of leaf does not occur. So option B is also wrong. Option C, sulfur, phosphorus and iron. When there is low or lack of sulfur, yellowing of leaves occur. When there is low or lack of phosphorus, yellowing of leaves does not occur. And when there is low or lack of iron, yellowing of leaves occur. Can make sure to take a screenshot of this particular note for reference. So option D, magnesium, nitrogen and iron. For magnesium, yellowing of leaf occur. For nitrogen, yellowing of leaves occur. For iron, yellowing of leaves occur. So you can see now that option D is the appropriate answer. Question 9. Which of the following is the dental formula of man? A. 2 incisor 0 or 1 canine, 2 premolar, 3 molar. B. 2 incisor 1 canine, 2 premolar, 3 molar. C. 2 incisor 1 canine, 2 premolar, 3 molar. D. 2 incisor 1 canine, 3 premolar, 2 molar. So dental formula of man, it means the number and types of teeth in that particular person. It can be man, it can be animal, it can be herbivore, it can be carnivore. So we have formula for each organism. As you can see here, we have the dental formula. You can take a screenshot of this. We have the dental formula for man, for rabbit, for sheep and for dog. You can take a screenshot of it for reference. So I want to quickly explain this to you guys. This I represents incisor, C represents canine, PM represents premolar, YM represents molar. So how do we arrive at this 32? Let me explain. 2 with this 2 here, that has 4, plus 1 here, that has 5, plus another 1 here, that has 6, plus 2 here, that has 8, plus 2 here, that has 10, plus 3 here, that has 13, plus 3 here, that has 16. So we have 2 here, 2 into bracket, all this dental formula. So 2 into bracket 16 will give us 32. That's how we arrive at this 32. So if we compare what we have here, it is very easy to know the dental formula of man. The dental formula of man is in option C. It's in option C. So let me quickly explain what this type of teeth means. We have incisor. Incisor is for biting and cutting. We also have canine. Canine is for tearing. Canine is for tearing. We have premolar and molar. Premolar is for crushing food, while molar is for grinding. Molar is for grinding. So let's move to the last question for tonight. Question 10. Which of these tissues serves the function of support and water conduction? A. Parenchyma, B. Cholenchyma, C. Sclerenchyma, D. Xylem, D. phloem. So it is the xylem that serves as the function of support and water conduction. The phloem serves as transport Location, it transport food. It transport food to other parts of the plant. So for parenchyma, we have parenchyma, collenchyma. Collenchyma serve as support. It serves as support to young plants, while sclerenchyma serves as support to mature plant. So the appropriate answer here is the silent. So with this, we've come to the end of this video. If you find this video helpful, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in our tutorial, just share this number right here on WhatsApp to join the tutorial. See you in the next one. Keep learning and keep practicing.